Hello everyone, hello and good evening, just one second. The music is a little bit loud. Hang on. Where is it? Oh shit, hang on. Oh no, it's fine. I just needed to hit apply. I couldn't figure out why the options weren't doing anything. Right! Hi, so this evening, folks, I decided to take Lulu for a walkies, and she's a bit elderly now, so she didn't get too far, but she did her best. We got to the base of the road, and then when we got there, I scooped her up and I put her in the pram, and I pushed her to a supermarket, where I left her outside briefly. Not a big supermarket, just like I could easily see her through the glass. And when I came out a few minutes later, you could see her face light up when she realised that the reason that I went into the supermarket was to get 3 packets of treats for her. So I bought some soft, squishy treats that she likes eating, and then I opened up the packet and gave her several, and then put them in a little bowl. She's got these little grey bowls in her pram, and they're meant to be for like cups, but I've turned them into treat holders instead of cup holders. And and then we sort of pootled along down the road, and yeah, she was just getting fed treats, so she's happy. Yeah. Right. Thank you, Rigson. Thank you, Blueseer. Thank you, Scare Nightly. And Dub Aloon and Gags. Thank you, all of you. Yeah, no, I hope everyone's well. A quick update then. So what's happening on the YouTube side of things? It's the first week of work on the next YouTube project. I took last week off. And truth be told, I have cheated a little bit because I also did work on this project last weekend, so I'm further ahead than I should be for the first week. I was doing pre-production work, so between last Saturday and Wednesday, so yesterday, I was doing pre-production work on Valheim bullshittery. That's really just a fancy way of saying I was going through and finding the highlights from the live streams. I had 49 live streams initially, I whittled that down to 44, and about 100 hours worth of footage from our first playthrough of Valheim, known as the village of Nobheim. I took the 100 hours and I whittled it down initially to, obviously I got rid of a few live streams because they were of no use to me. I was just quietly grinding, with the microphone switched off, that sort of stuff. Thank you, Kirby and Dyslexic and Kiramel. Thank you very much. So I took 100 hours of footage, and over the course of, till now, so since last Saturday, I took it down to 1 hour. From that 1 hour, as a rough cut, I was trimming it down further, and have now trimmed it down to about 35 minutes, which is still very large for a bullshittery, but nevertheless it's obviously a bit more manageable than 1 hour. That being said, my goal is I've now spotted things in the timeline that have gaps in them. For example, like, we turn up in a new biome, but there's no scene showing how, I need a scene showing us getting there, otherwise it's going to be a little bit visually confusing. So, I've got lots of, so Adobe Premiere lets you put in, very quick subtitles, like literally press the text button, put a box on the screen, and I've literally just gone, first time we found the mountains biome or something. So what I need to do now is I need to go back and basically find the bits that I perceive to be missing in the video. So from 35 minutes, it's no doubt going to increase in length, is the point I'm reaching. So I'm expecting probably a total length of around 45 to 50 minutes, 50. That's a very big bullshittery. That's a very, very large bullshittery. So yes, I'm going to have to either tone it down or take on that challenge. So yeah, it's essentially more like an abridged playthrough than a true bullshittery. Well, that's the thing, Zoob. I hope not. I think me chopping it up into little bits would only damage it from a creative perspective. Yeah, because for a multitude of different reasons. But yeah, I don't think it would serve well by being diced up into chunks. What about a D&D bullshittery? Oh, don't even go there, Topnor. I don't even know. I don't even know. Yeah, she's going to flop. Best not move the chair. Sorry, honey. Sorry, she perceived that I was going to move the chair. Alright. Not a bad idea, Captain Threepwood. Right. Good girl. She's such a good girl. For those not familiar, her name is Lulu. She is a now 10-year-old French bulldog She's doing her best, but she's getting very frail. I must admit, if you'll forgive me, it's weighing down heavy on my heart because she is very, very frail. Hang in there, sweetie. Yeah, but she loves her pram. She loves her little pram. Oh yeah, messy. I know. It's not good. Thank you, Lukey Mai. Right. Yeah, sadly, folks, I've just got an editing style which is frankly just really, really difficult, especially with one guy. And of course, then inevitably the question comes up with, well, why don't you get multiple editors? And that's its own can of worms, which I've always tried to avoid opening. Thank you, 666. Thank you very much, 666 Mop. Thank you. Because sorry, if we're briefly going to touch down that rabbit hole, that would probably mean in order to make multiple editors viable from a sort of, cash money perspective, that probably means ads and sponsorships. Because, yeah, that's if I'm suddenly getting staff, yeah. So it's not just to just simply do this. Hang on. Okay. Right. So, hang on a minute. She's going to flop. All right. There we go. Put that there, and then go here, and go here. Lovely. Right, so, welcome indeed. So, I can give no promises regarding this evening. The story is that Dyson Sphere program was actually a gift from Social Systems, ZF Social. I believe he bought it as a Christmas gift one time, and in the name of that, I have tried it twice. Twice I've tried it, and twice I bounced off of it. It just made me want to play Factorio. It made me want to play Factorio or Supreme Commander, for reasons that you'll probably notice immediately when we get in. Yeah. So anyway, we'll see. Right, I'm just going to drop in and, yeah, see what happens, I guess. Right. Cluster seeds. What's this? Resource multiplier. Okay, mission start. I do remember that there was a great big tutorial that I went through several times. Alright, we'll just go start then, I guess. Right, what's this? Do you want frequent hints about what to do next in the game? Okay. Sure. Thank you again, 666 Mob. Thank you.
The unknown. Created in exploration.
I remember that the dialogue was awful.
The seed evolves in iteration.
Like full-on text-to-speech awful.
From zero, transforming into infinity and beyond. It spreads and becomes the shadow of the galaxy. As dark fog rises, the stars dim. You will embark on a new journey.
Arrive at target cluster.
It's a bit quiet now all of a sudden. Let me turn it up. Yeah, I remember this bit. Hang on. So yeah, we arrive, we fly in, then we take control of a mech suit like Supreme Commander, and then you get awful dialogue followed by cookie cutter like logistics. Okay. Thank you,
Welcome
Benji.
to the real universe. Very soon, you'll find this place different from our homeland. But you should be able to adapt to the laws of physics here in no time. I'm your advisor. I will assist you in completing this mission.
Son. Right.
Everything here belongs to you. As a member of the Cosmo, a pioneer of the Dyson Sphere program, you will explore this cluster from ground zero. Make use of the resources available here to build a Dyson Sphere that supplies energy to the center brain to maintain homeland simulation. I've chosen a planet for the mission, and there are essential resources for the initial development. Now, please pilot the space capsule toward this planet.
Okay. Right. Oh, hang on. I noticed an immediate problem. Bear with me. I just need to make sure that VSync option is fixed because monitor... Yeah, I was getting lots of weird framed screen tearing. Right. Wait, does that mean that my monitor might have defaulted back down to its default, what's it? However many hertz it was. Okay, here we go.
Unknown EM signals detected. Extracting feature variables. Comparing with database. Those are highly likely anomalous mechanical bodies from the mechanic energy program.
Hang on. Dial that all the way down.
Engineers call them dark fog. Dark fog is extremely sensitive to EM signals under a regular pattern, so they may launch an assault on us. To stay low profile, we will land on the other side of this planet.
Space capsule will land on the target planet in 3, 2, 1. Landed.
This is Icarus, a very powerful but lightweight industrial mecha. Use the direction keys or click the right mouse button on the ground to move the mecha. In this mission, you'll control your mecha to navigate the universe and create miracles.
That dialogue's awful. It's so bad. Okay,
Now
never mind.
please try to disassemble the space capsule. Click the right mouse button to proceed.
Right. Okay. Right. Disassemble the space capsule. Alright. It feels like, yeah, it's like from an advert.
To collect resources like wood or gravel, click the right mouse button as well. In addition, you can hold Shift and click the right mouse button on each of your targets to give a series of commands.
Uh-huh.
Some items are found after disassembling the space capsule.
You did say shift.
Click
didn't
on
you?
the
left
inventory
shift.
button at the bottom right corner of the screen to open and check.
Inventory button at the bottom right corner of the screen. Also, hi there, Digby. Digby, you've been making me laugh recently in the Valheim edit that I'm doing, because so we're all playing Valheim, and sorry for those joining the chat. I'm editing Valheim bullshittery. Hang on, I'll pause him. And fucking, like, we're all Vikings on the ground, but Digby's not in the game with us, so periodically Digby turns up and he plays the role of Odin. All of a sudden there's a voice from the clouds going, Soviet, like in a big booming voice, and I'm like, yes, Odin! And he's like, don't fuck it up. I'm like, sorry, Odin. And then at one point we're in a boat just going around our business, and you just hear, is this on? Fuck. Oh, shit. No, sorry, what was it you said? You fucked around saying that, and then I told her I'd pay £60, but nothing. Oh shit, it's on! And then hear the mic, the god's mic, being switched off. So yeah, it cracked me up quite a lot going through Digby's highlights. So thank you, Digby.
You can hold the middle mouse button to rotate the camera, or scroll the mouse wheel to zoom in and out.
Oh, and there was another bit where he keeps coming in giving lots of historical facts about this, that, or the other, and then we look at this tree in the sky, and we're like, what is that tree? And Duckslayer says, who is actually, like, Scandinavian, he looks up and he goes, that's Yggdrasil. And then Digby enters the chat and he goes, Yggdrasil is a staple of Norse mythology. And then says nothing, and we're like, is that it? He's like, yeah. That was his info dump, so thank you, Digby.
Instruction menu is locked. Complete a technology research to unlock it. Click on the technology tree button at the bottom right corner of the screen to open the technology tree and start a research.
Start a research? Okay, press E. Okay, I'm falling behind here. Press E for the inventory, press T for the tech tree. Okay, to start a research? Okay, electromagnetism. Okay, quite a bit going on here. Right. Is Lucy all right? Lulu, Kamato. Yeah, she's old. Yeah, she's doing her best, but she's quite old. But good news, that belly is full of beef and rice. Sorry, beef, pork, and rice. So I went and I cooked up some human mince, not human as in human meat, as in, you know, stuff from the supermarket as opposed to dog food. And she's like, ooh, and she devours it right down. And yeah, so I'm filling her full of beef mince and pork mince. Yeah. So that belly's full of tasty food. Right. Okay, so Dark Fog Space Hive. Okay. Yeah, Tibble, it's one of the major reasons that it's not a good start for the game. That tutorial. Right. Okay. Background. What is this? In the future, humanity advances into a highly evolved civilization, and the powerful technologies bring about rapid development. Human beings have used virtual reality to iterate through space and time, created a virtual universe much larger than the real world, and uploaded all human consciousness into it. The operation of the virtual universe requires immense computing capabilities. To achieve this, humans have invented a supercomputer that surrounds the sun and named it Centerbrain, hoping to use its powerful computing capabilities to further expand the virtual homeland. As the number of consciousness continues to grow, Centerbrain's computing power will soon reach its limit. After all, more consciousness means more energy supply. What? Means more energy required. For this reason, the Cosmo launched a project with the codename Dyson Sphere program, assigning engineers to the real world to build Dyson spheres that can supply continuous, stable energy for Centerbrain. As a member of the Cosmo and a pioneer of the Dyson Sphere program, you will use a terminal-controlled mech to embark upon an unknown journey. Starting from scratch, you will collect resources, design your production lines, and finally achieve full automation. You will establish a giant intergalactic industrial empire from scratch and carve out your own path to a miracle of the universe, the Dyson Sphere. Okay. Builder of the great civilization, you are certain to encounter unforeseen challenges that may take you by surprise, for the vast expanse of space is rife with the unexpected, and anything can come to pass. With your boundless creativity and vivid imagination, the attainment of this magnificent objective is well within your reach, and the vast expanse of the planetary system shall be transformed into a veritable bedrock of human civilization, all by virtue of your strategic plans. Okay. So, big fat computer needs more power, is what they're saying. Simple as. Alright.
If you need help, press G to open the guidebook for detailed instructions.
Yep, okay, that's what that is then. So we'll remove that for the minute if that's on G. Okay. Thank you, Burgo Wow. Thank you very much, Burgo Wow. Okay, so goals. 10 logs, 10 ore, 10 copper. Fill fuel in Mecha Panel C. Is that just my suit from Factorio? Okay. Alright. There we go. Not that I really know of, Merrick. I think some artists do have like drop boxes or something that they put up from time to time. Particularly of Lulu. But I don't really have anything similar, I'm afraid. Thank you, Blaze Crank. Yeah, me too, Branch. Yeah. Apologies for sounding like I'm shitting on it straight off the gate, but there's something strangely not captivating about the initial setup. I think the thing that... so let me just put a flag in the ground of Dyson Sphere program. The thing that really made me go, ooh, is the fact that... obviously the tutorial is total wank. But also, I started building my first buildings, and I had that realization that you've seen me make with Timberborn and other things, where basically the logistics chains were just a bunch of, like, uninspired boxes. I wasn't really seeing the nuts and bolts and stuff of what's going on. It was just the number go up. Maybe my memory's faulty? I mean, I guess we'll see. But I just remember it was a bunch of fairly boring-looking logistical processes that was just like, okay. That's great. Okay. Boxes are boring. Don't have boxes. Have separate resources with their own little stacks of things. Hang on. What is that then? Oh, I need ore. Laxi says an old stage rocket will impact the moon on August the 5th, and we might even be able to see it by telescope. Ooh! Exciting if so. Although knowing me, I'll be too busy faffing around with my lenses going, ah, fuck, do I use the really tight zoom on the 9mm? Even though the FOV is going to be shit or whatever, the amount of viewing on it is going to be shit? Or will I use the 25mm? Oh, I've missed it. Alright, let's copper. Alright. An iron over here. Oh really, Ennis? It gets interesting later on, does it? Okay. Right. There we go. Got some iron ore. Fill fuel in the mecha panel. See. Okay, the mecha panel. Fuel chamber. Wood, I guess. There we go. Fill fuel. There we go. Fuel energy. Just for my suit then, I guess. Okay, all so far very Factorio. Right, open the tech tree. Oh, she's bogged off. Hang on. Rudy's like, never mind this guy waffling. Right, oh, there's something down here. Okay. Tech tree. Right. So start electromagnetism. Alright. The poetic Maxwell's equations showcased to the world the relationship between electricity and magnetism. Based on a profound understanding of this knowledge, efficient machines for acquiring and utilizing electrical energy have been created. Okay. So, coils. We're making copper coils. Okay. Right. So, what do we need? Oh, no, wait, sorry. No, we need... Sorry. Made in hand make. Made in hand make? You mean make it by hand? Thank you, Silence. Thank you very much, Silence. Mecha panel. What did it say again? Okay, magazine. That's my weapon system. Okay, that must be my inventory. Ease my inventory. Okay, hang on. Take items, split items. So what haven't I spotted? What's this? Replicator. Aha! Is this it? Here we go. Items. Aha! Right, yeah, just like Factorio. So magnetic coils. Make a bunch of these. So make 10 of them. What is that thing? These will take... What's that? So my mistake. It's iron ore, and then mix that with copper ingots. There we go. Right. Replicate 10 magnetic coils. Do I prefer a space theme to my automation games, or would something like Captain of Industry... Well, I don't know. Not really. I mean, the main automation games that I've played historically have been Settlers and Factorio and stuff, so I guess not space?
Research complete.
There we go. You've unlocked a new type of automatic mining machine. It performs automatic mining ore for you. Huh? Its capacity is limited, so you might want to automatically deliver ores to the smelters. Okay. So build mining machines to cover veins.
You've obtained a mining machine. It automatically collects ores for you. You can select it in the inventory or in the construction menu, collecting section, to start building it.
Okay. Right, replicator. Buildings here. Okay. Mining machine. Right, so what does it require? Produce. I see. So copper, what's that? Circuits, cogs. There we go. Yes. It is very, Is it still called English when it's Chinese, or is that just Japanese? Oh, hello. Okay, so resources required.
Hold R to rotate the mining machine. The more veins it covers, the higher the output.
There
To
we go.
ignore grid snapping, hold shift.
There we go. Okay. Right. It needs power, doesn't it? Okay. So what's this thing? Wind turbine Tesla tower.
You have an unpowered production facility. To make it run normally, place it within the power grid coverage and make sure power is supplied.
Okay. Is that how one does it?
Insufficient items.
There we go.
Click on the replicator button at the bottom right corner of the screen to open the replicator and manually replicate the required items.
Okay.
A wind turbine. You've now built your first power grid. Some power facilities don't have a power supply range, so you'll need to extend the power grid coverage with Tesla towers.
Right.
You've built your first power transmission facility, a Tesla tower. It can help you transmit power wirelessly over a short range and extend the power grid coverage. Click on it to view more details.
Alright. Okay. Oh yeah, sorry, and just off topic entirely. So on the building that I'm sitting in, for those not familiar, I live in a bungalow now. I had a roof replacement job and some solar panels put up. I was going through the data for the last couple of months, and it turns out that the building is generating, I think it was like 800 and something kilowatt hours of energy over the course of the month, which is pretty damn good. Pretty damn good indeed. I think the building itself was consuming around 250 kilowatt hours of energy. So it's making 800, which is like, oh damn. And all of that is getting fed back to the grid. So yeah, it's pretty damn cool. So solar is amazing. Like, the technology is incredible. Yeah, absolutely, Scandic. Like, the building is generating enough power for like 3 or 4 other houses. Yeah, nods, yeah. Although looking up at the solar panels, they do need a bit of a clean from the rain. They're a bit filthy. Okay, wind power. Right, so what's this? Unlock automatic metallurgy. Is that in the technology tree? Yes. Okay. So, activate. The invention of arc smelters has boosted the development of metallurgical technology. A smelter enhances smelting efficiency with automation. So what's that? Arc smelter. Glass. Okay. Activate. So where do I put this? Inside my suit? Thank you, Candy. A Candy Langer. Okay. Oh yeah, so can I grab things from this now? So mining machine. Inventory. Is that its inventory? Or my inventory? Stone, titanium ore. Press... I see, that's my inventory. Mining machine. Is it? Oh, I see, that must be it. Is that it? Yes, I just grabbed it. There we go. I see, it opens up my inventory and also... Yeah, okay, so I've grabbed it. Right, let's go build more of these on copper and... What was the other thing? Stone? Copper. E, C... Not T... F. There we go. Right, get another one of these. Produce. And maybe make a few of these. Where are they? The power, what's it? Make, say, 3 of those. Alright. Oh, hello. Hang on a minute. Nope, we're fine. I keep getting pings, warning pings, that there's motion on the perimeter of the building that I'm sitting in. And it's my CCTV cameras, but it's never anything interesting. It's just blurry spiders that are building webs in front of the security camera lenses. It's like, will you fuck off? Hang on. Collecting power. There we go. Stick these here. Press R to swing them round. There we go. Stick that there. Right, needs power, so we've got to extend that thing. Right. How many can... Oh, I see, I can't build them too close to each other. Stick that there. Kiwi says, if your solar panels are like mine, they don't need cleaning. They rely on heat more than light. You live in the desert, and you've got 51 of them. Jesus Christ. They've never need cleaning. Okay, interesting. I kind of assumed that they did, because they're covered in dust and shit. Sahara dust, or whatever it is.
Replication complete.
Britain gets caked in it. Okay. Right, so that still has no power, so I think I need to build one of those Tesla, what's it? Hang on. Produce. Scandic says, you find it funny that people are mad. I pay less money for my electricity than people in southern Sweden, but you live in the subarctic. Yeah? Thank you, Leech. Thank you kindly, Leech. Right. There we go. Stick that there. Right. No, wait, there's copper as well, isn't it? We've already got that. Okay. So we've got the copper. If you don't like the logistics boxes, what do I think of shapes or modulus? I don't know what either of those are, sorry. Are they similar games? Never heard of them, sorry. Okay, what's my goal now? Unlock the metallurgy. Okay, hang on. This one here. Okay, so circuit boards, 10 circuit boards, and 10 other things. What are they? Magnetic coils. Right. Replicator. Not building. Can I shift click? Oh, I think I need to go gather more, don't I? Produce. Shift click. No, it doesn't do anything. Alt click.
Insufficient materials.
Don't mind. Canadian says, Shapes is a factory logistic game, but literally boiled down to the most simplistic form possible. Oh. Circles, semicircles, squares, and triangles. Oh dear. I don't think I'd be too interested in that. Right. Yeah.
Replication
Pokutor
complete.
says, if the pattern holds, we'll be getting a Factorio stream in 2 days or so. Yeah. Am I that transparent? Yeah.
Research complete.
I try a game and I'm like, you know, this game is quite similar to this other really highly popular game. Oh no, I'm playing the highly popular game. Right. Arc smelter. So build arc smelters to automatically produce basic materials such as iron ingot. Sorry. And copper ingots to achieve full automation. Sorry, don't know why that tickled me. Ingot even. Right. A sorter is needed to automatically deliver ores. Okay. Right. Building. Nope. Yes. Nope. Yes. Okay.
You've built an arc
1 second.
smelter, which automatically produces basic materials such as iron ingots and copper ingots. However, to automatically feed in raw materials and feed out products, sorters and conveyor belts are required.
Okay. Now, Scandic is surprised that I don't play more Civilization sim games. Well, I have played many of them, but alas, I started playing Total War and I realized that combining two different game modes, the killing and tactical elements of the Total War battlefield meets the civilization building elements, was a marriage that I couldn't put down. After that, every Civilization game that had basic combat felt like a lesser version of Total War. And I was like, why on earth? We're having numbers fight each other. Show some killing, damn it! Anyway. Maybe that's just me. Replicator. Tesla Tower. Build another one here. Wait, do they go down here then? How do I discover them? Oh, no, wait, they're up here. Oh, I see. They're categories of building.
A facility has no recipe designated. Please configure one for it.
Okay.
Once a recipe is configured, press less than key to copy the current recipe. Pressing greater than key will paste the same recipe to the next building.
Okay, so just an assembler. Please make iron ingots.
Once a recipe is assigned, use less than key to copy the current recipe, and greater than key to paste the recipe to the next building.
Okay. So it needs ore being fed into it. So I need to give conveyor belts now, don't I? Okay. Alright. Yeah, we'll see, Archranger. My whinge is about Total War are more that it's been boiled down and simplified. That, yeah, the modern Total War games aren't the same Total War games anymore. Yeah. Okay, so hang on. So smelt ores using this machine. So collecting, power, production, logistics. Okay. Basic assemblers? What's that? Matrix lab. Where do you think I can find a conveyor belt? Aha! There's a conveyor belt. Activate. Okay. So I need to get, what is that? That's 10 circuit boards and 10 gears. Easy peasy. Okay. Nope, that's my inventory. Close that. Replicator. Items. 10 circuit boards. How do I shift maybe? Shift click? Yes, I think. Are those individual? Okay. Yeah, what else is going on? Forgive me, I feel really boring at the minute because I'm just sort of continuing with the bullshittery editing. Everything's fine, just sort of cracking on. Saw my mum today, she popped in. She popped in to steal some soil and make it holy. I've got extra soil left over in the garden, you see, so she turns up with a bucket and a spade, and then takes that soil and she starts putting it down in a local church where she's planting flowers. So by definition, it becomes holy ground. So all I have to do is request it back one day,
Replication complete.
and then the vampires can fuck off because I've got holy ground everywhere. Hang on. Technically, the same is true of the the tap water that's going through an underground tap into the church ground, where it then comes out on the other side of the wall of the church, which my mum is using to fill up with water for the sake of watering the plants. That's holy water, by definition. Right. Does England still have witches? You know what? I think I met one the other day. I legitimately think I met a witch the other day. I was in a supermarket. Which supermarket? Where was I? Was it a co-op? I can't remember. I was in a supermarket and I was just buying some ham or something. I remember I was looking at the stall, and I swear, like, imagine a room full of like people talking, and they were going like, "Oh yes, but oh yeah, something on shelves." And then all of a sudden there was this voice. Oh yeah, that was it. I remember it was this. It was ham. I was looking at ham in like a newsagent's, and all of a sudden there was this shrill voice from a lady in ostensibly what looked like her 50s. But could have been like 500s for all I know. But her voice was like full on, like Power Rangers Rita, whatever it is, like that sort of voice. And I looked at her thinking, is she putting that on? But no, it was just her natural speaking voice in this sort of shrill, high-pitched way. And I was like, fucking hell. I could barely stand to listen to her for like 20 seconds. And she wasn't putting it on. It was her real voice. See, I'm pretty sure she was actually a witch. Strange. It was very strange. Anyway. Thankfully she didn't, grab Ludo and run off with her on a broom or something. Yeah, imagine, now that you mention it, maybe it was. Maybe it was a smoker's voice. Anyway. Sorry, I got distracted. Smell ores. Okay. Right. Manual research. So, hang on. Do I, like, scoop up things and put them in here? Where do I put these items in order to do research? Is there a research building that one must build? Like in Factorio. Basic assembler. Aha! Is that it? Conduct research. That must be it. In queue? Thank you, Dommy. Thank you very much there, Dommy. It does just eat them out of your inventory as well, says Master. Does it? Do I just need more of them? Sorry, there was a cube, was there? Technologies. Do I just need more of them? Yeah, I just need more of them. Alright. Just build more. Simple as. Hang on. So build more parts, please. Yeah. Right. Also off topic, I found myself while I was doing work today, while I was going through cutting together the Valheim bullshittery, I've got absolutely no interest in playing the game, what's the finger guns? In playing God of War, but I've been watching the cinematic, I've been watching on YouTube the story being told with all the actors in their mocap. And it's so good. I'm like, oh my god, like the gameplay looks like garbage, but the actual fucking story looks so really just, yeah, like full-on mocap actors sort of acting their hearts out.
You've obtained sorter and conveyor belt. Full automation is now possible. Use a conveyor belt to transport
Replication
ores
complete.
collected in the mining machine. The sorter will transport ores onto the conveyor belt into the arc smelter that will smelt them automatically.
Yeah, Christopher Judge, he's so good. Like I couldn't believe it. I'm going, oh my god, is that Teal'c? Holy shit! And then I looked at some of the behind the scenes stuff, and sadly, there's not. There's lots of behind the scenes stuff, but it's not really behind the scenes stuff. It's lots of talking about behind the scenes, if you know what I mean. But they don't have. They've only got like a sparing few bits of footage where you see them in the mocap suits. I imagine because it's a little embarrassing. But yeah, the dude is crying. Like Christopher Judge is doing mocap and he's actually tearing up as he's acting, as they're filming him do it. And it's like, fucking hell. Fucking hell. Yeah, amazing shit. Well, it's not... the gameplay, it's a quick time event game, Garlic, where you're on the rails being talked to. It's not... I think it's more interesting to watch than play. Okay, so I should have unlocked the conveyor belt now. So, right, here we go. So conveyor belt MK1. So from here...
When building a conveyor belt,
Jesus.
confirm its starting point and end point. Use up arrow to raise the conveyor belt one level. Use down arrow to lower the conveyor belt one level, if it has been raised. Press keypad 0 to reset the conveyor belt to ground level. To avoid the conveyor belt snapping to a building, try holding shift.
Right. Collide with other objects. Okay.
Wrong connection type. Use a sorter. There are two types of facility ports: connection ports and bridge ports. Connection ports are only compatible with conveyor belts, while bridge ports are only compatible with sorters. If a conveyor belt can't connect to a facility, try a sorter.
Okay.
The sorter is a connector that moves items between facilities. Simply bridge from a supplier facility to a receiver facility. Then the sorter will automatically transport the items.
Okay. Not sure I followed that. Maybe I'm just fucking stupid. Hang on. The sorters are connected... Oh, it's gone. Hang on. Think Factorio. Yeah, feed it... Oh, I'm with you. Like a grappling arm. I'm with you, I'm with you. Select sort... Right, gotcha. Connector... Hang on. Do I just put it alongside it? Like da-da-da-da-da, and then like here? And then like there, maybe? Ah! Gotcha. I'm with you. Thank you. So the arrows are pointing that way. Does that mean it... Oh, yeah, I hated this. Yeah. Ugh. Just generic-looking boxes with a label on the top of it? How lazy. Yeah. Wrong direction. Yeah, probably. Yeah, it's the cheap way to do it. Timberborn does similar. Just have a box and then just slap the label on the side. Hang on. How do I remove that? Maybe just don't for now and just send it the other way. X. Oops. Thank you. Dismantle. Yes, there we go. Thank you, thank you. Right, logistics, and then it needs to go the other way. So do I point it that way? Nope. No. Am I hooking up to the output? Start from the belt. Start from the belt. Nope. Yes. Yes, I'm with you. Okay. Right. Things go in, light appears. Right. Okay. Right, so there we go. So that's one of those, and presumably we need to do the same. Sorry, yeah, that's just making iron. Yeah, just iron bars. We'll just do the same over here for this one. Alright. What am I looking for? Power, storage, production. There we go. Right. Hi there, Flatcap. I'm your coding muse this evening. Aha! Enjoy your coding. Hope it goes smoothly. I was trying to learn back in the day. It was bits and pieces of C++, but mostly Ruby. They were trying to teach us Ruby for the sake of my software testing stuff. I must admit, I was not very good. I really was not very good. I tried, but yeah. Oh, hang on. Did I put it too close? Yeah, the reason for that is that oh, is that correct? Yeah, just needs a recipe. There we go. Yeah, the reason for that is that when it came to software development, we were trying to do this system where whatever you're developing basically goes through a series of tests that you could automate at the end of the day. Mostly, well, partly to warn you when you break something rather than manually retesting everything slowly. But, well, yeah, truth be told, that was the big reason. It really took off, or at least we struggled to do anything useful with it. I imagine it's all different now with what with the rise of AI, but yeah. Okay. Unlock the basic assembler. Let's have a look. Basic assembler, basic logistics. Okay, the basic assembler. There we go. The basic assembling machine that integrates traditional mechanical technology to process primary objects. Oh, I see. So sorry, this is a furnace. This is the assembler. Hi there, Aeon. What is this game? Basically, Factorio, but apparently it goes 3D and spacey. But right now it's just Factorio with really, really bad voice work. Well, dialogue. Get rid of these. But yeah, so today I've just sort of been cracking on with the Valheim bullshittery editing. Again, my mum popped round to steal some of my soil. She also took a cucumber. I'm growing cucumbers in my garden. I did a terrible job with my cabbages. I was growing cabbages, and most of them are totally just rubbish. Less than 50% of the crop, which is a real shame. Hang on. Can open those with G. Am I going to play Valheim when it hits 1.0? I hope so. It should be fun. Right, unlock the basic assembler. So to do that, we need what? We need circuit boards and we need gears. So let me just take a whole bunch of these. Whoops. And take a whole bunch of these. Whoops, don't do that. Right. And then go to my internal suit and specify gears. Right, I see. Control left click, not shift left click. There we go. Control left click is what I wanted. Alright. Am I still maidenless? Yes, indeed.
Research complete.
Although, can I just say how, maybe it's just me, but at least in Baldur's Gate 3, how utterly inappropriate So, sorry, for those who don't know what that fucking reference is, you are critiqued in the game of Baldur's Gate 3 if you get to a certain point in the gameplay without starting a relationship with anyone. But this game is the equivalent of taking a flight and then that flight crashes, and then when you wake up on a beach somewhere, you find that you've all got bomb collars around your neck. Every single passenger, you survived by the by, but every single passenger who survived has a bomb collar around their neck, and then you've got to basically travel from
Replication complete.
Tahiti to, I don't know, fucking, Turkey, as part of the as part of the quest to get the password to get the bomb collar off your neck. And then you get halfway, let's say you get to like Hamburg or something, and the concierge of a hotel critiques you for not fucking your fellow passengers. That's what Baldur's Gate 3 is doing. It's like, excuse me, there is no time for this. There is no time for hanky-panky with the random weirdos that were in the ship with you. You've got to get this situation sorted. Why would you start a relationship with any of those fucking people? Hang on. Then again, sorry, if you think that's bad, you should see what we did to Divinity's companions. Like, basically, we're in Fort Joy at the start of the game, and, like, one of the main companions with the most compelling quest, she's not only got the most compelling quest, she's on there's not a box, but if there were, she would be front and center on the box art. We're talking the poster child character. She immediately turns around and puts a dagger to someone's neck. We just fucking cut her head off. Like, dead. We forgot about her by, like, 20 minutes later, going, oh, wait, wasn't that, like, one of the main characters? Like, whoops. The stain on my boot, just wipe that on the sand, just get rid of that. No, not Losi, the other one, the fucking elf. Okay, produce any item with an assembling machine. Right. Okay, assembly machine, there we go. Produce just the one, please. Alright. Yes, she's rude, and she dies for being rude. The first thing she does is put a knife to your throat, so the first thing we do is relieve her of her throat. Hi, sweetie. Hi. Hello, gorgeous. Are you okay? Yay. 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 What? Silly face. What? Oh, a bit wobbly. She's a bit wobbly. So I'm winding her up. Yeah, she seems fine. Should I what? Oh dear. Also, we went out for a walkies this morning, and she basically entered this sort of like she got a bit of a cough, but at the same time, every time she coughed, she farted. So she was like expelling air from both sides of her as she was sort of going down the road. It looked kind of ridiculous. Little trumpeting thing. Right. Okay, so what the fuck are we doing? Right, assembly machine. Okay, take that here, I guess. Stick that there. Right. Assembly machine. Pick a recipe. Anything? Something? Have it make, I don't know. Magnetic coils. Okay, what does it require? Magnets. Okay. I see. Maybe make magnets first? Oh, I'm so sorry to hear it, Froggy. Froggy, I have been getting on quite well with the pram. It's been working quite well for Lulu. So Lulu, I scoop her up when she gets tired and I put her in the pram, and she loves it. She gets pushed along. Okay, so goals. So produce any item. Okay, what's the easiest item to produce? How do I change the recipe? Hang on, there we go. There we go. Put those there. There we go. No power.
Insufficient materials.
What do I need? I need, hang on. Nope, this one here. Right.
Insufficient materials.
Nope. What do I need?
Insufficient materials.
Oh, I see. It won't queue up the materials if I'm going to have them in my inventory? Okay. Evidently so. I need some of these. There we go.
Insufficient materials.
I get the impression that I'm why warning labels exist on things. Hang on. Yep. Here lies with them all. Okay. I have a lot of copper plates, so I do. Is that sort? Yes.
Insufficient materials.
Would you piss off? What do I need? I need iron plates and
complete.
magnet thingies. Hang on. For that, I need these. Oh, I see. I'm with you. I need the ore itself.
Insufficient materials.
Just the one? Weird.
Insufficient materials. Insufficient
Oh, fuck
materials.
off! I see, we're just waiting now. Right. Hang on, it's a bit loud. Is that loud for you? It's loud for me. Just turn it down a bit. Yeah. Dial that down a bit. There we go. That's better. Less rumbling in my ear. Okay. Yeah, sorry about that, Reaper. Yeah, so things are fine. Yeah, so bullshittery editing continues. Rising Storm yesterday was fun. Look forward to some more of that. Shame the server was so unstable. Oh, I did have a look at the... so it turns out the developers of Rising Storm Vietnam were making a sequel thing. And it's called, like, 83, which is frankly an awful name. And it came out about 3 months ago to sort of, like, quiet...
Insufficient materials.
Oh, we're still waiting. It came out about 3 months ago, and what intrigued me is the fact that I went to go look at its review. I looked at gameplay footage of it. It didn't look too bad. I thought, well, it looks pretty good actually. It looks like Rising Storm, just with a different, you know, I can recognize the gameplay similarities. But then I looked at the reviews, and it's got like 7 players, like on peak time.
Replication complete.
I'm like, what on earth? Why? What's going on? And there's a whole bunch of reviews in there, and they've got like mixed complaints of this, that, and the other. But there's one review that stood out to me. Who knows if it's true? Who knows if it could be total bollocks? But the review claimed to be an insider. Again, that could just be lies, but it claimed to be someone who worked for the company, claiming that the company is lying. The company, apparently, allegedly, according to this review, not to me, in case they're litigious, the review claimed that there's only one person on the development team who worked on Rising Storm. That everyone else is just, you know, not related to it in any fashion. And that they're basically trying to make a spiritual successor without the people that made the original ones. And management won't listen. Management just keep ignoring all the advice they're given. And management don't even play...
Insufficient materials.
Oh, what the fuck? What do I need? I need 2 of those and 1 of those. I have none of these. No, I've got loads of these. Right?
Insufficient materials.
Not enough item. Am I blind? I've got 41 of these. 56 of these. Right? Hang on, let me just grab something. Literally grab everything. They've released a remaster of Operation Flashpoint. Ooh, interesting. Wait, it's even more interestingly, who has released a remaster of Operation Flashpoint? Because the history behind that is fucking fascinating. Who is responsible for that? Bohemia? Is it really Bohemia? Cool. Sorry, what happened there? Briefly, well, we don't know. So the truth is, we do not know what happened back in, what was it, 2002, 2003? But basically, Bohemia used to be a software development studio that were working under a publisher, Codemasters. Codemasters were the ones who owned the Operation Flashpoint IP, and so due to some unspecified conflict between the two studios, Bohemia went their separate ways, and Codemasters kept the IP Operation Flashpoint. This is why, in the follow-up franchise, they had to change the name from Operation Flashpoint into Armor. Armor is Operation Flashpoint under its true successor, its true owner, Bohemia. And Codemasters took Operation Flashpoint to another company and said, make Operation Flashpoint 2, and they scuffed it. But again, we don't know the details because it all happened behind closed doors. We don't know who was the twat and who wasn't. I'm sure it's complicated.
Insufficient materials.
Sorry, what am I doing wrong here? I need to make a Tesla tower to... better idea. Break it up to move it closer. There we go. Stick that there for now. Right. Oh, I see. So I'm with you. So it's not like Factorio where simply requesting it makes your suit do it. Right, but I'm with you. It's not insufficient materials, as in the base materials for the building. It's building is not in your hotbar. I'm with you. So, I follow. There we go. Okay, assembly machine. Just make anything, frankly. Make one of these, and then I'll just feed you these, and then I'll pass the objective. Yes? There we go. Yeah, there's a big... how do I get rid of the big cog? I can't see what it's actually doing. I have a feeling it's just going to be some generic animation for all of them, isn't it? Instead of something interesting. Yeah. Cog, not cock. Oh really, you found the review? Interesting. Okay. Right, there we go. So, goals. Unlock the electromagnetic matrix, which is the research dome. Begin research. Right. Yeah, but the devil is in the details for this type of game. It's easy to focus on scale in an automation game. It's Control-C, Control-V.
Research complete.
Well, again, Sipstar, I kind of disagree. It's one of these things that let's go to Timberborn, for example. It's one of those things that gives the game its soul. You see the workings of the world in the individual items that are on the conveyor belt and how they're being contained and moved around and maybe even falling off the conveyor. You know what I mean? It's the soul of this game, all the way back to Settlers, or this genre, I guess. Okay. Produce a matrix. M-matrix, even. Okay. Yeah, it gives the character, it gives the flavour. It's all the flavour, it's in the details with this type of game. Otherwise, you might as well just have a bunch of numbers. Right, so... oh, build one. Okay, build one. So go here. Right, so what do I need? I need some glass? What do I get? I'm making glass, apparently. Don't know where I found that from. Oh, is that it there? No, titanium ore. No. Hang on, if I go to the materials, glass, what does it say?
Replication complete.
How do I... Oh, there it is. Stone. Oh, what the fuck? Okay, stone. Right. Well, fucking Erskine, I'm literally in the tutorial, bro. Erskine is sipping tea. This is a difficult to watch set up. Your unbalanced output to input is astounding. You're the sort of person, Eskeen, you're the sort of person to watch a toddler take their first steps. Yes, your gait is terrible, sips tea. Totally ungainly. Unbecoming. Thank you, Ryeth7. Thank you very much, Ryeth. What am I doing? Hang on. I need to make a research doodad thing. Depot. Speaking of depot, sorry, fucking I decided that for the third time, I was going to order. Do you know what drop shipping means? For those who don't know what drop shipping means, it's basically where a shop, an online shop, is not a real shop. It's actually just like a middleware layer where if you put in an order with a shop for, I don't know, like 10 fucking, dildos or something, instead of buying it from that shop, you're actually putting in an order for them to send the order to another shop elsewhere. It's a bit of a problem. You've got this sort of like layers of middleware shops that are only really putting in orders to the real shop that you actually want to talk to. 3 times this year I've been caught out by drop shippers. I wanted to order a type of spanner, a very, very thin spanner, because I've got this I've got this underfloor heating system in my building, and it's got this steel manifold, which is really, really awkward. And so I need a specific type of spanner with a specific type of width on it to squeeze in just into the gap, right? So I went and I ordered this spanner. British website, .co.uk, in English pounds. It put in the order to a depot in Eindhoven, in the Netherlands, or some shit, or tracking data, FedEx, Eindhoven. And then it was like, okay, where is it now? Oh, it's left the depot. Okay, where is it now? Oh, it's fucking on a flight in Eindhoven airport. Where is it? Heathrow, customs. 3-4 days later. Where is it now? Fucking Basingstoke or some shit. Travelling in the other direction via rail, I assume. It's more than a week ago. I was like, cheers, great, thanks. It's not Brexit, it's capitalism. It's fucking all these little shops springing up and putting in foreign orders. Scraping off the profit. Sorry, I'm whinging. Sorry, I'm really thirsty this evening. Bear with me. In more ways than one. Right. What the hell is my robot doing? There we go. Right, produce an what is this? Sorry. Electromagnetic matrix. Okay. Lab. There we go. Cosmo. Matrix lab. Alright. There we go.
A matrix lab. A facility to produce matrices. It can also be used to research technologies that are unlocked with matrices. Matrices are the source codes to maintain the center brain simulation of a homeland. You can upload as many matrices to the center brain to run its simulation and unlock more technologies in the real world.
It's just word salad, isn't it? Just total word salad. Who wrote that? Ugh. Okay. Right, what does it need? So presumably, it's got a laundry list of what it needs based on. Oh, I see. These are red, green, blue vials. Blue orb. Is that a tesseract? Hang on. Yeah. So this is blue tesseracts. Okay. Right. So I guess I need to. So now that I know how to sort of build things, I guess we need to set things up a bit properly. Yeah, but we need to actually start setting up some furnaces in a line, don't we? Okay. Right, so let's start messing around with stuff. So, sorry, what do you need? You need magnetic coils and circuit boards. Okay. So let's start doing things a little bit properly. Remove that. Remove this. Remove that. Obviously, you have to stay where you are. Remove these. Right, remove that. Right. Okay. So over here where there's space, we'll put down the power. There we go. Power. 4? Is that what I've got? No, those are the things. Okay, so I want to go here. Too close to another wind turbine. Alright. Yeah. Huh. I guess we'll build them in a line for now, but I guess I can always move them. Then Tesla Tower, bring it over here. And stick it as far as it will go. So start with that. Okay, so furnaces. Furnae, plural. Let's have a look. Let's go for So arc smelter, they're called. So does that mean I have 3 of them in my inventory? Yay, it does. Okay, so let's put down 3. So I guess 1, 2, 3. Do I need to leave a gap? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Okay. Then put down conveyor belt here, here, here. I think. Stop. All right. Engine says you've had a joyous machine interaction today. You've just eaten toast from your new toaster. Enjoy your toaster. Okay. Then sorters from the conveyor belt. Drag and drop. Drag and drop. Drag and drop. And then make sure that we're getting power from the doodad over here. So move that there, I presume, as far as we can reach it. Alright. Okay. And I guess they need, I presume they need an output. It didn't actually tell me to do that, but I'm just going to guess.
Insufficient materials.
Oh, you can fuck off, lady. Hang on. Buildings, conveyor belt. If I hold control, does it give me many? 3, that'll do. Oh, sorry, they need the recipe. Of course, of course. So please make iron ingots.
Replication complete.
And what was that about being able to copy to the next building with the more than command? What about just control? Shift left. Ah, there we go. Yes. Lovely. Thank you, Blue Nose Bear. Thank you very much, Blue Nose. Lovely. And then I guess put this here. Like that. No. Yes. I think. I assume. I lack an item. What do I lack? There we go. Right, okay. So, fucking junior coder working on this game to their line manager. Boss, I've got a great idea. What is it? You know the generic boxes that we put with the texture on them to indicate what item it is? Yes. Well, we can just take the items away, and it's the metal. Genius. Genius. Right. Okay. Storage. What's this then? Storage space for products, although the capacity is limited.
Insufficient materials.
Okay. Right. So how do I get it to build? I guess I just, yeah, I just have to queue them up every time here. Here, I guess. What's that? Sorry. No, it's a depot I'm making. I guess I do want a depot, right? There we go. Stick that here, maybe? Right. Then
You've built a
Insufficient
depot
materials.
for storing items. You can manually store items or use a sorter to automatically access items.
okay. So just like it's just a storage box, basically. Okay. So yeah, just fill it with metal for now.
Insufficient materials.
You're on thin ice, lady. I'm finding where your program lives in my suit, and I'm uninstalling you and replacing you with Gallagher or something.
Insufficient materials.
Fucking. Hang on.
If there isn't enough ground space, make more efficient use of your space by stacking matrix slabs, depots, storage tanks, and splitters.
All right. A bunch of these.
Your vein is almost depleted.
It is?
Ore reserves in each vein is limited.
Oh!
Once exhausted, the supply of raw ores can no longer be guaranteed, which will adversely impact production lines. Exploit new veins for replacement. Additionally, upgrade vein utilization to reduce ore loss during mining operation.
Okay. Right. Replace her with Nep. Yeah.
Insufficient materials.
Honestly, I know
Replication complete.
I keep mentioning it. It's a real shame that Nep never did voice work of any kind. She has a particularly pleasing voice to the ears, in my opinion.
Replication complete.
There we go. Yeah, just filling up that depot with shit. Alright. Right, so now what? So that's that. So that, yeah, then we'll do the same, similar over here. Right. So, give me 3 of these. Give me 3 of those, please. Give me a bunch more of those, and maybe a bunch more of these. What about Cake's voice? Meh. Nah, not really. Not for, like, narration. Sorry, no offense, Cake. It's more that Nep's voice is distinctive. You don't hear that accent that often.
Replication complete.
Alright. Okay, and then go to... Yep, there we go. And we'll build... similar. So, I think I'm going to sneeze. Oh, I'm sorry. Pardon me. There we go. Alright, stick that there. Logistics. Around here. Logistics. Right. What is Nep's accent anyway? I believe she's Turkish by blood, and then... is it Hungarian? Austrian? I can't remember. I'm sure she'll come in and angrily correct me at some point. Austrian? Is that it?
Insufficient materials.
What do we need? Get a bunch more of these. Yeah, exactly. Shivandi, confidently say the wrong thing, then she'll just sit up in bed like, huh? I have to go online right now. Right, there we go. Sorry, for those joining the stream, I'm just faffing around with Dyson Sphere program. So, I tried this game twice, but I bounced off of it both times. The mecha's energy core is insufficient. I guess I've got to go chop down some trees or some shit. There we go. Nope. Alright. Philip says, I feel another bounce coming. Well, we'll see. Yeah, I'm going to level with you. I haven't seen anything so far that's that impressive. I mean, that I was literally just told a few minutes ago that it opens up later, but what we're seeing so far isn't that mind-blowing, is it? Let's be honest. It's very standard Factorio gameplay. Right. So I suppose my question is to you guys. So what's its right hook? What's the thing that you go, oh damn, that no other game is really not doing? Big Dyson Sphere. But what does that mean? The verticality, says Magic Danny. The verticality. You move across planets. Okay. Massive construction around a star. So like presentation? Hi there, Alistair. Interplanetary logistics. Okay. Let's see. Yes, I'm personally of the big... It's not that much of a huge revelation, but yeah, when you're developing anything, you need that... You need that special something. You need that thing to stand out on a crowded market. You can't just do, okay, we're just making Left 4 Dead again.
Now you can click the planet thumbnail button at the bottom left corner of the screen.
Okay.
Or press N to enter planet
there we
view.
go.
In the
Lieutenant
planet
Spore.
view, you can hold the middle mouse button to rotate the camera. Hold the right mouse button to roll the camera. Press N to align the camera to the North Pole. In the planet view, scrolling the mouse wheel also enters the star map.
Okay. Okay. Okay, there we are. Interesting. Okay. Right. So one potential map that we're building on. Ice giants. Okay. 1,849 meters. I doubt that. I hope that... Just look up. Oh, it's just fucking this huge thing. Right. Okay. Hive. Is that the let's see. Is that the Mega Brain or whatever it was called? Okay. Zoom out. I see. How far can we go? Woo, loading Milky Way view. That's quite far. Scanning Milky Way. Oh god, we've gone too far. Oh god, we've really gone too far. What the fuck? Why are we analysing clusters? Hello. Okay. Civilization type 3. Oh, really? Total number of Dyson spheres, 2,201,335. Interesting. Ooh, okay. I see. Type 3 civilization. Cool. So what are we right now, sorry? Aren't we like a type 0. What? Like we're 0 point something, aren't we? As our civilization type. Is that correct? For those who don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, it's a way of categorizing hypothetical space civilizations. A Type 1 civilization is capable of utilizing all of the energy of their home planet. A Type 2, their home star, and a Type 3, all of the fucking stars in their galaxy, which is a hell of a jump up from a Type 2, I'll tell you. Kardashev scale. Okay. How are we close to a Type 1? Well, what is it? We've nearly been able to collectively exploit all of the energy sources of our world. Okay. Cool. How do we get out of here? Escape. The scale is mostly fantasy bullshit. Well, it's more helping us sort of think about our place, I suppose. Yeah, obviously we have to make a few assumptions, but they're assumptions built on a solid, logical basis, aren't they? As in, we would like to exploit energy sources as we go. It's not too difficult to imagine that if we get out into the solar system, we're going to want to maximize energy usage across our solar system, and oh look at that! There's a star, you know, that we can fucking use. Alright. What's that thing? Planetary base. Dark fog's brain above the planet. It follows two simple rules. First, never build unnecessary structures. Second, clear any threats near the base. Oh, these bugs then, are they? A planetary base will regularly assess its nearby environment. If a threat is identified, it will give an order to its camps to accelerate production. Right, so yeah, insects. Biters and shit. A planetary base will dig deep wells into the planet to exploit core matter. Such matter will then be used to build structures and units. This technology grants a high degree of freedom in evolution, to its units. And this may have induced dark fog's variation. Therefore, this technology has been prohibited by the Cosmos Technology Ethics Committee. Yeah, just biters and spitters, and they're evolving over time. Okay. Right. So now what? Produce... Oh yeah, of course, I need to keep expanding my own thing. Right. So we have our copper, we have our iron plates. No killer, biters from Factorio. Okay. So... now we need to build the actual facilities to construct the things. So the assemblers. Okay. So F, go to buildings, go to assembly machines, and produce, say, a bunch of them. Sorry, pardon me, I'm just going to fill up my water bottle. Back in a second.
Replication complete.
Bleeding Christ, I just gave myself a near heart attack. I just went to the kitchen to go and fill up my water bottle, and as I was walking there I passed the bathroom door, and just in the corner of my eye I spotted a dark shape that was flopped awkwardly sideways on the bathroom floor. And of course I immediately thought that it was Lulu, and I thought that due to the shape of it she was in some sort of distress. It wasn't Lulu, it was my own underpants. I had taken off my underpants when I had a shower, well, most of my clothes, but I put my trousers and my shirt back on because they were mostly clean, but I retrieved fresh underpants and just threw the old ones on the floor. Lulu's fine. Lulu's more than fine. Look at her, cheeky bitch. Thank you, BT McLean, thank you, Alistair, and thank you, Blue Nose Bear, Mexican Ewok, and I'm Blue on Twitch. Hang on. Right. Ah, dear. I know, Ronnie, I know. Hang on. Dog. Dog. Right. Fuck, my chair's malfunctioning. Okay then, so I've got some assemblers. So what am I making? What was it again? We'll put our research what's it over here. So, we're making blue tesseracts for some reason. Okay. So these things. So we're after some green circuits and some magnetic coils. Copper coils. Okay. So to do that, what do we need? So that's just... okay, looks like we need to split it off into iron ore then. Okay, how do we make splitters? Splitters. Research consumption. Those are better grabber arms. Thank you, Hunty, and thank you, the Rock Knight. What am I looking for? I need the ability to split off the iron ore. Hang on. Let's zoom in here. How does one... no, wait, stone veins. Sorry, does anyone know? How can I split off just the ore? Maybe just build, like, literally another one? Does it split? Nope, that was a stupid idea. can just continue the ore belt at the end. Yeah, I suppose you're right, couldn't I? Yeah, let's just do that. Have it continue this way. Okay, so go to here. Buildings. Nope, we've already got some. So please make me. Keep it simple for now. Right. Give it the recipe. Could you please make some of these? No, wait. What are these? Sorry. What are these? Magnets. I need ore to make the magnets. There's a building for belt splitting, is there? How do I make the magnets? Steel smelting. Sure, it's something simple I'm just missing. Hang on. The recipe tells you which machine makes it. Does it? Let's have a look. F. Nope. What does it say? Made in hand make. I see. Made in smelting facility, hand make. Oh no, I'm with you. I see, it goes from left to right, not straight down. That's weird. Made in smelting facility. Gotcha. So it's made in a furnace. Aha. This thing.
Insufficient materials.
Ugh. Went Scottish there for some reason. Hang on. There we go. I don't know why I did that. It was weird. I am part Scottish, mind you. I'm mostly English, but I'm part Scottish. Not sure which part. Probably kidney, maybe. And an itty-bitty bit German. My auntie does all the family tree stuff.
Replication complete.
So she's got like apparently my granddad once did, but then my auntie took over and she's fascinated by it. All this family tree, like this, that and the other. And I thought this was really interesting and serious until one day, without a shadow of a doubt, like without a single joke, she turned around and went, "Did you know we're related to Jesus?" I would like to point out that even if that were true, due to the way in which these things work, everybody, over 2,000 years, hundreds of millions upon millions of people would be related to Jesus. It wouldn't be anything even remotely special, because that's how it works. Although, if you want to know something special, interestingly, apparently, true fact, or at least logical fact based on what we know, did you know that well, obviously it's fairly easy to say that blue eyes are a mutation. So there are many mutations, of course. In fact, every single individual person has about 100 mutations per zygote, I believe it is, when they're conceived. Most of those are completely neutral. They would have to be, otherwise it would be chaos, at least speaking evolutionarily, regarding what is a benefit and what is a drawback. There are many, many genes, there are many, many mutations which are major drawbacks for us. You can probably think of a whole bunch of them to do with our ability to survive, but more crucially, our ability to reproduce. But if ever you want a fun fact, blue eyes are an amazing example of a positive mutation. Not because necessarily blue-eyed people have anything better than the brown-eyed people, but the people with blue eyes, statistically speaking, breed, or at least bred, much more than the brown-eyed people, because at some point we know, apparently it happened multiple times throughout history, but we know based on genetic testing that at some point, several thousand years ago, an individual was born near the Black Sea. He was born near the Black Sea with this mutation that gave his eyes a blue hue. We also know that the mutation then subsequently spread through the rest of the population with extreme rapidity, which meant that whoever it was drowned in prehistoric pussy. They had absolutely no trouble finding sexual partners. It's an example of positive sexual selection in humans, because Imagine if someone today were born with glowing purple, like violet eyes or something, and how beautiful they would be, how physically attractive, how mysterious. Maybe they have some connection to the gods, this blue-eyed, lady or something. Anyway, so yeah, a minor fun fact. Of course, there's lots we don't know. We just have to infer. We don't know for sure, but yeah, the mutation of blue eyes spread very, very quickly, apparently. Much faster than you would expect for any typical mutation. Ergo, sexual selection. Sorry, I've lost the plot. What was I doing? I need to put down a furnace. There we go. There we go. Take some of this. And then specify, please make magnets. There we go. And then these magnets I will feed into this assembler. Maybe I should make a line of these. Future-proof a little bit. It's probably a good idea, actually. Well, no, I can't right now, because I don't know what thing makes a splitter. Okay, keep it small for now. Keep it small. Oh, do you reckon I can these just go building to building? Well, we'll test it. Stick that there. Right. Yes, or burned as a witch. But we know that, yeah, blue eyes spread very quickly, ergo a successful trait sexually. Okay, so select a recipe. These things, please. And then just copper what's it, which are over here. Yes. Yes. Alright. Oh, hang on. Can they go from belt to belt? Is that how I do sorters? Let's find out. Ah. What am I doing? Let's go here. What was that other... sorry, there was another genetic abnormality that was... I can't remember it. Forgive me, I don't know the full details of it, but I just remember reading about it, where...
Replication complete.
There are lots of people in the world who don't have a certain bone in their... like, where their collarbone is. There's like an empty gap. And apparently it's a sailor that was... Is that... Yeah. It's a sailor who was going port to port. And of course having lots of kids all over the world... And ending up, basically siring a whole bunch of people with this one specific mutation. They can all track it to one sailor during the Age of Sail who got a bit randy when he went ashore. Yeah, something like that. I need to look it up again. It's been a few years. Yeah, got a bit randy-dandy. Hang on. Oh cool, it does work. Okay. Yeah, sweet. We can just do that then. Alright. And then there. Right. Okay. Or was it a she? You don't know? I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure we do know. Okay, I'm sorry, there was a low power. We need more wind turbines. Too far to operate. Wind. Yeah, I guess we just need more wind turbines. Alright. Da, 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 da. Put these there. Right. No, wait, shit. What am I doing? Those aren't wind turbines. These things are wind turbines.
Insufficient materials.
Hang on. You don't need to leave a space between the belts and the machines. No? Okay. Alright. I'm sure I will, Tom Green. Yeah, next time I fancy a bit of RimWorld, I'm sure I'll go back to Hook's Hold. Yeah. I'll put these here. Already, there we go. Right. Yeah, what the hell? Yeah, what else is happening? I feel boring, sorry. Just been working on Valheim, really. Sorry, for those passing through the stream, I'm working on Valheim bullshittery. I managed to take 100 hours of footage and chopped it down into 1 hour, and then today I took 1 hour and chopped it down to 35 minutes, which is still pretty big. It looks to be a pretty big bullshittery, this one. It is an entire playthrough. Yeah, but it's very, very silly. It's like a Viking sitcom. Like a bunch of Vikings in a boat. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Yeah, I was watching that video too, Heartless. Yeah. Okay. So let's have an output, which is going to be here. Right.
Replication complete.
Okay, looks like we need to make a bunch of these. Hang on. Buildings. Please make a whole load of these. Yep. Can I specify bigger units?
Insufficient materials.
Right. What new thing or change do I want to see from Valheim updates? Better netcode, please. So the game isn't a completely laggy piece of shit that decides to run on the guy who first loaded into a biome, even though they're in Canada or something. Yes, much better netcode. It gets very, very laggy. Alright. Sure thing, Painy. I often do it mostly to keep things flowing. Or I do intentionally cut tighter because that's the joke. Also, I do find myself getting a little bit frustrated when I watch other YouTubers and a joke happens and then it's that John Cleese thing. Like, don't hold for the laughter. The audience will bring the laughter. You bring the jokes. The audience brings the laughter. You don't need to add it yourself. There we go. Oh, that's so lazy. How lazy? Look at this, just a box with a picture on it. Right, take care, Mike. Have a good one. Hang on. Right.
Replication complete.
Sends this way. Okay, so what was the other thing it wanted? It wanted green circuits, okay? So green circuits and copper coils. How do I make the green circuits? Green circuits are... Okay, just copper and iron ingots. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Yeah, so just put them here. Right. Down the assembler. We can always expand this later. So green circuits, please. There we go. Oh god, this is going to be awkward as hell. Right. You're going to go here.
Insufficient materials.
Right. I see. I do indeed actually need the ingots, which are here. Stop it. Hang on. Oh, Jesus. Okay, never mind. Alright.
Insufficient materials.
Sorry, why can't I... It's strange that when I click on it there, it's not just queuing it up. Okay. Oh yes, as I mentioned the other day, folks, I was yelling at some kids the other day. I've reached that stage of my life. I wasn't really yelling. I was telling off a couple of kids
Replication
that I spotted.
complete.
Because I keep going to the park and I go to sit down on this bench, and every time I do, there's broken glass all over it. And I have to start picking it up, picking up shards of broken glass off the floor and off the bench. Anyway, so I was jogging the other day through this park, and I noticed these two kids walking up to the bench, and one of them has in their hand a bottle of that Japanese soft drink with the little marbles that, if you're not familiar, so instead of having a lid that you sort of open, well, it does have a lid, of course, but like after you open the lid, instead of just taking a drink, there's this little marble, like a glass marble that's in the neck of it, and you sort of bash it down, and then you drink, and the marble sort of, it lets the liquid round it, but doesn't, you can't swallow the marble. Ramoon, apparently. Anyway, I watched these two kids. One of them had a bottle of this soft drink, now empty, and he went over to the bench and he started trying to break it down the side of the bench. And I wasn't like rude, but I was like, can you not? You know, like dogs walk here. Stop shattering glass. Anyway, they got a bit flippant briefly, but then obviously I was jogging, so I just jogged. I literally jogged on, and mercifully when I came back, I discovered that there wasn't glass, but there was just the bottle that was left behind, along with rubbish. Just fucking flung all over the place, I guess, because fuck it. Yeah. So I picked up all that stuff and took it to the bin. If I didn't, no one else would. Hang on. I wonder how I hop over there. Can I hop over there? Oh, yeah! Okay, I like that. Keeps it simple. Alright. There we go. Oh, no. New. Can I sort? That's not what I wanted. Huh, there's a pickle. Wait, why is it going in here? There's no reason for me to put them in here, is there? Right. Oh wait, so I saw a set filter. Yeah, there's a filter. Literally, I can filter it. There we go. That's easy. Right. Then how do I clear the belt? Oh. Not going to select them individually. Oh god, I can just hold down the button. Alright. Circuits. Right. There we go. Right, and then bring power over here. Yep, the spaghetti, yep. The spaghetti factory begins. There we go. So is there multiplayer in this game? Oh. Only via mods? Yeah. Multiplayer would take effort, wouldn't it? Makes sense. There we go.
Warning! Insufficient core energy. Press C to open the mecha panel and replenish the fuel chamber. The enemies on this planet are watching you like hawks. Without sufficient energy, you'll be defenseless against them.
How do you know what a hawk is? Okay. Right. Let's go. Pockies, I'm confused by that take. That's a very strange take. Development team small, therefore, you know, what? Pull your punches? No. Come to market. I give money. Me customer. I give money for thing. I give money. I'm allowed to then subsequently be critical about anything from that point onwards. You know, we're not their, sorry, we're customers. We're not their friends. We're fucking, that's the extent of the interaction here. Money for product. Then be critical of product. Right. Okay. What am I doing now? Open tech tree panel. Okay. No, this is sorry. I know I'm going off on one. It's this weird thing, like this weird modern thing where it's like, You're seeing game developers or anything that provides a product as a friend. Hang on a minute. Okay, so now we can start doing research through that machine. Okay. So what's this? Sort of fluid encapsulation. Storage. Is this water? Okay, that's water from the pumps. Prisms. What are they? That looks new. Wireless power. Oh, is that power? Okay. Electric motors. Okay. Engines. Turrets. Okay. Steel. Okay, what's that? That's combustible unit flamethrower ammo, maybe? I don't know what that's analogous to.
Dark fog cluster is launching an assault.
Hello. Okay.
Warning.
Biters have arrived.
A dark fog planetary base has launched an attack. Icarus is equipped with laser weapon module, which can automatically strike enemies within its range. Faster mecha power generation means a faster rate of fire. Fill the chamber with fuels and get ready to engage.
What? Fill the... Okay. Right. So we're under attack by biters, wherever they are. So what did it mean? Sorry. Magazine, weapons magazine. Fuel chamber for me. I'm not sure I get it, sorry. Hang on. Can I build any turrets? Hello. Oh, there we go. There we go. These are the biters then, are they? Okay. My suit just shoots back automatically? Right.
Laser weapon module consumes mecha's core energy for charging. More advanced fuel can increase the fuel chamber's power and the rate of fire of laser weapon module.
Okay. What's that thing? Oh, just a piece of... Oh, it's a piece of wood. Alright. Right. Okay, now what? So, research, manual research, Icarus... what's that, sorry? Not sure what that is, sorry. It wants me to retrieve some of these and... Hang on. There we go, just grab them. Oh, I see, hang on a minute. Ah, wait, so it's producing the Tesseract things. It's not actually doing the research itself, right? So maybe I should put these in a storage, what's it? Maybe.
Insufficient materials.
Maybe? Let's try that. What is that, sorry? Stone. Let's go get some stone. Oh, I see. Use a second matrix lab to auto-research. I gotcha, gotcha. Okay, no problem. Do I need to use an arc furnace with the stone to get the bricks, or can I do that manually? No, I think I can do it manually. Let's get a bunch of them. Right. Are these the same?
Replication complete.
Right. Okay. Go over here.
Insufficient materials.
Sorry. Go over here. Build a depot. Produce. Right. Right. Build a depot here. Just for now, I'll just send them. I presume I'll just send them into my suit. Or maybe build another research. What's it here? There we go. How many have you made? Yeah, there we go. Okay. Right, so for those joining, yeah, baby steps really. I haven't really done a huge amount. I've set up some wind turbines with some, what are these, power Tesla towers. So we're getting, yeah, just copper ore and iron ore, which is going into the furnaces, which is producing copper plates and iron plates, which is producing green circuits and copper coils. And those two are going into a research dome down here. But it looks like we have to actually feed them into a different research dome, which I need to build. So right now I'm just putting them into a depot so I can just put them in my suit. Hang on. And that should work. Okay, so we're about to unlock the gun turret. Alright. How's Lulu, Jolly? Yeah, she's okay. She's very frail at the minute. But she's doing her best. Hopefully she's happy. I went and bought some more snacks for her today. She had some ham this morning, so yeah. And she had a little walkies and then quite a lot of naps. How does it compare to Supreme Commander 2? Well, it just got the overall sort of, I suppose, graphical look to it. Or at least when I don't know about you, but when I play it, it makes me think, ooh, Supreme Commander. I think it's just the mech suit, isn't it? It's really the mech suit and the perspective. Maybe the color palette a little bit. Right.
Research complete.
Iodude says Supreme Commander wasn't a fan, wanted to be. Don't blame you. Supreme Commander was trying. Yeah, it was Total Annihilation, a game that I
You've
loved.
unlocked the weapon system.
Still love.
Icarus can now use ammo. Press C to open the mecha panel. Load the magazine and activate it. Use ammo to protect both yourself and the base when dark fog strikes.
But I had two major complaints about Supreme Commander compared to Total Annihilation. One, they kept trying to make it all about these characters, these people, these pop-up faces, which kept appearing when Total Annihilation back in the day was never about that. It was more like two forces of nature slamming into each other, the core and the arm. Basically a massive galactic war, which gave it the sense of scale that Supreme Commander never captured. Two, they kept babbling all the time. These characters would never shut the fuck up and just let the war back, let the fight happen. Literally, you get an objective, go over here. 5 minutes later, why aren't you doing that objective, Commander? 10 minutes later, Commander, that objective still isn't done. I was like, fucking hell. And also they did that red alert thing where everything became about super weapons and build the biggest super weapon. And I was like, ugh. I guess because they're poster childs for their franchise and then you can make flashy trailers, but somehow a war of thousands of automated machines is more interesting to me than a UFO with a big laser. Alright. Okay, we have a turret. Defensive turret. Okay.
Insufficient materials.
Nope, need to build it. What do I need? Okay, so cogs, green circuits, copper circuits. No, we should have all of that. No, we don't. We don't have any cogs. We don't have any green circuits. I can't even brain. Copper, things. Coils. Did I press F? Hang on. Hold it there. Archranger says, I replayed the Supreme Commander expansion recently. As much as I love the game, those campaign missions were terrible. Yeah. Alright. Build turret. Copper is left.
Replication
39,000, 37,000. What was the tutorial guy even talking about then? Okay, there we go. Put down a turret. There we go. Needs ammunition.
You've built a Gauss turret. This is a defense facility. It consumes ammo and energy to strike enemies within its range. You can either directly build Gauss turrets on conveyor belts that are built on the ground, or use conveyor belts to string Gauss turrets together.
Gauss turret.
Turret is short of ammo. Most turrets need ammo to fire. Click on a turret to open its panel and replenish ammo manually. Of course, it'd be better to constantly supply ammo with conveyor belts.
I feel like I'm going mad. Gauss turret. Turret. Not Tourette. Yeah, it's got to be it's got to just be fucking auto. Hang on. It's awkward. It's so awkward. What do we need? Just copper. Force turret. I put it in the turret. I put the Magnum Amio Boax in the turret. Oh no, wait. Oh, I did. Okay. Okay. It's huge though. Jesus. Massive turret.
All turrets have a powerful ability, supernova. Turrets will accumulate a large amount of energy for a short time once supernova has been enabled. After accumulating, turrets will enter burst mode and fire extremely quickly for several seconds. Note, supernova costs a massive amount of power. It can't be used if power supply is too low.
Oh no, not if power. We can't use Icarus with the supernova turrets with the fucking Zeus cannon. It's word salad. It's word salad. It's nonsense. Hang on. Fine, just do it.
Supernova activate.
Okay. I see. Were enemies meant to attack and then I hit the button? Is that like an overcharge essentially? Okay. Yeah, I'm guessing so. I see. Yeah, that's his power. Gotcha.
Supernova activate.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay. Right. If you'll forgive me, folks, looking at the time. Oh wow! Look at the time. It's 10 o'clock. I'm relieved to see it's 10 o'clock. Yeah, I'm gonna head off. I'm gonna go give Lulu a cuddle. Hang on. Yeah, sorry. Well, thank you for being here, folks. Right, so I'm currently working on Valheim bullshittery, going very well. Only had the first week so far, but I've already cut together a 35-minute. I had this problem this morning. You've got to understand, I am not professionally trained when it comes to an editor. I'm only trained because I was bored on a train going to and from London, so I don't know the correct word for what I'm actually doing. I did a quick Google this morning, and apparently what I'm doing is I'm creating a rough cut or an assembly cut. Basically, I'm going through 100 hours of live stream footage to find the bits that I need. And I had 1 hour, which I needed. Now it's 35 minutes. And I'm sort of going through and marking the bits that don't make sense because they don't have the context. So I guess now 35 minutes needs to go up to probably 45 or maybe 50 minutes for a final, this is the final structure of the video. So yeah, it's going fine. No issues really. It's going very smoothly. Just lots of balls juggling in the air right now as I'm just sort of going through the I think it was about 44 live streams in the end that I need for the first playthrough. Yeah. So yeah, just cracking on really. Just it's not oh, pardon me. Not the most fascinating thing, just editing continues. Yeah, hang on. Go here. Right. Remember to keep your turrets fully loaded with Supernova Icarus Zeuses. Hang on. Right, there we go. So, yeah, I'm going to give the dog a good cuddle and wind down and go to bed. But thank you for being here, folks. Have a lovely evening. Thank you, Seabiscuit and Schnitzel and Gleaver and Randy Randerson. Right, who's doing what? Quite a few people are playing things right now. Let's have a look. So Q is on doing Silent Hunter. Why not? I'll leave you with ZF Quebec. He's currently doing Silent Hunter 3. He's currently... What's he doing? He's being hunted by a destroyer, I think. So Quebec has been naughty and now he's being chased. Thank you all of you. See you soon. Have a lovely, lovely evening.